first year on with Cottage?
Last year, Coach P did a great job of making sure his assistant coaches felt like head coaches. So when I stepped into the position, it wasn't difficult because I was already doing a lot of the back office stuff. I expect our guys this year to play tough football. This region that we're in is very run heavy. So it's almost like an Ironman football. We have a lot of guys playing both ways. We got 7 guys returning on defense, 6 on offense. So they're going to be led by these 2 young men right here.
Coach, you come from a football family. You know, a lot of people probably forgot about you, you know, back in the day. But, you know, how does that help you as a coach? Prepare these kids as a player?
Well, it helps a lot. It seems like a long time ago since I played that OCL rivalry that Coach Kurtz was talking about. So I been seeing him a long time, but my dad's been coaching since the 80s. My oldest brother, Phelan, he went on to play at Alabama, quick stint in the NFL and Tiger. He played at Louisville and he's at Florida now. And so our family reunions are a little bit different. We get on the board at my house. I got a board at my house. We get on the board, we talk football. I tell them about my kids, what kind of athletes I got. Really good friends with Shevers Jackson and John Shaw. We all talk. They're all in the next level. And it helps our kids to get to the next level, play at the next level. Because they let me know, hey, this kid's looking good, you need to develop him here. So it's really helping my game as a coach.
Let's talk about what you think might be the strength of this team. Can you tell yet what the strength might be?
Up front, our line up front will be key. We'll be running behind LeBron, Evans, Brody Corson, and Luke Dunham, all seniors. Have a 2-headed monster back there, running back with Cedric Craig and Andrew White, and quarterback Chad Tootle. On defense, our secondary be loaded with 3 seniors out of 4. So those will be 2 components on both sides.
Talk about LeBron Evans, big, massive kid, 6'7", about 360. You know, just talk about him. You know, he's a good kid. You know, but you know, talk about some of the things that you've done since you've been the head coach.
One of the biggest things I saw in everybody when they get to their senior year, like you said, he's 6'7", 360. I think last year he was like 14. So you saw the potential in his game. So we really spent a lot of time getting his hips and ankles a lot more flexible, getting him in shape. He's down to around 350 now, making all his runs, all his times. So for him, he's going to turn it on and turn it off. So I think he's learning how to do that. So the biggest thing is staying healthy.
Saw you guys in Chatham. That was your first competition as a head coach. How did it feel, you know, being up, you know, playing against other teams? Now you the head guy in charge. You know, how did that feel?
Felt good. You know, up there, Coach Rollins, Centinel, and Coach Carpenter at Chatham, we all coached together. So at Chickasaw. So I was able to go up there and get some good work in with that competition. Got to see where our guys were. That was our first one, and we did a lot better than I expected actually. So we did really well.
What are your big questions, do you think, entering the fall that you want to see answered before you get that first game?
Big thing, we've been stretching. This is tough. We've been running tons. So the big question is, are we going to be able to play that high intensity ball all 4 quarters? I think we're in a lot better shape than we were last year. I think that was the cause of a couple of games that were really close that we didn't win last year. So I think that's going to be a big question to see.
3A Region 1, always tough. You know, you was right there knocking at the door to get in. You know, talk about that, you know, just that experience of 3A Region 1.
Like I said, man, it's tough. We play back to back, we played Thomasville, Excel, and Florenton, and all of them ran the ball 55 to 60 times. That's tough to play, you know. That the region week in, week out is gonna be tough. You gotta be ready. You gotta be a dog to play in 3A. I mean, the skill game. I know is in that 6A region, but if you want some real hard-nosed run and you want to stop that run, you come see some 3A football.
Coach, the benefits for you coming in, being a part of the staff and kind of knowing personnel and organization, but having the ability to have 7 defensive returners and 6 offensive in your first year as head coach, how is that gonna help you out?
The guys know what I expect. They know on defense what to look for. They can almost to the point now where they're able to call the checks on defense. Shagger's up there. Coach, I know we're gonna run first. I got it. And he knows what to expect. He knows what I'm looking for. He's able to say, Coach, this didn't happen. I know you want this running again. So just the guys maturing as football players. So.
Did you ever vision yourself being a high school head coach?
I did. Everybody got a call, and I knew football was my call. So I know the Lord called me to football, and you know, I heard Mr. Brazil say this: when you pass away, you can't take the wins and trophies, but you can take the coaches and the kids. So for me, that's what it's all about. These kids finishing football and becoming better men. So that's what it's all about for me. That's what I enjoy about this game more.
Talk about the younger Tootle. With he the one brought some attention along with Kevon McBride last year for Division I coaches. Talk a little bit about his development.
Yes, guy given size. Kids, right now he's 6'2", about 220. He can play any position on the field. He can go to any school, 1A through 7A, and be a day one starter. He is blessed. He's very, very well behaved, mild mannered. He gets that from his mom. I have no problems with him. I mean, he will be a top recruit. I mean, just the way he's starting to see and play downhill, I'm expecting good things out of him this year. And he's been a leader on that defense.
For both players, what has Coach brought to just the locker room, the meetings, practice field that you've seen so far from spring to now?
He brought a lot of energy, a lot of good spirit. I feel like last year we had a lot of energy, but it wasn't like that's how we got it now. It's a lot of competitive, a lot of good energy. So that's what he brought. He really pushes us to be not just football players, but better husbands, better dads, everything in life, just as football.
I really believe that the kids, they're gonna match the coach's energy. So, you know, sometimes I have to calm down because I know I'm not playing anymore, and I can't jump up and down like I used to. But I just challenging these kids because I know what it's gonna take for us to be competitive in this region and for us to do what we're setting out to do this year one.
Ben, when y'all played in the 7-on-7 at Davidson, seeing Saraland and all those other big teams, how did you feel? You know, some of the stuff that Coach was telling you was actually working out there against those guys. How did that make you feel? And
Compete against the best.
yeah,
So we can only get better against them.
They got a lot of talent out there, and I was glad that Coach let us come out there. Davidson, Saraland, McCall out of Florida, I think it was, and he has got to see what it's like to play against 7A and state championship teams. So all the stuff we've been preaching, they got to see.
What about what Shattered brings at quarterback? What do you expect out of him there?
Believe it or not, this is his second year playing. When I got there, it was, for me, it was about walking those hallways, getting all those kids out. And I saw this 6'3", 6'4" point guard dunking and crossing over. And I said, hey man, you need to come out to the football field. And we got him out, and last year he played a ton of defense. And this year we were in need of a quarterback, and Saw him out there throwing the ball and running around. It was just natural for him. So, he's a leader and he's very, very competitive. And those are some of the attributes that you need in a winning program and a winning quarterback. So I expect big things out of him. He knows I have a high standard. He enjoys being coached hard. He knows I'm gonna coach him just as hard as I coach the next guy. And so, he expects to be pushed, so.
So that actually ties into my question. Do you feel, as a coach, you coach more offensive, or do you lean towards defensive coaching?
I play defense, played linebacker at Troy, played at St. Paul's. I've always played defense, but, now being on the offensive side, being the head coach, I coach it all. I mean, I have to tell my coaches, hey, don't get upset if I say something. It's a coaching me. I'm going to coach these kids, and believe me, I coach them just as hard off the field. So it's a coaching in life. So I coach everything.
Talk about your assistants, your assistant coaches.
DC, Jared Hobson, he was a secondary coach last year. He was at Chickasaw. Great guy, great family man. That's what I look for in my coaches. What kind of father are you? Because that's going to let me know what kind of coach you are. Coach Jared Holloway is going to be coaching the D-line this year. He's in the O-line. He's doing a great job there up front. Coach Mayfield's linebacker, running back. Actually, I got last year's quarterback, Tenario. He's actually coming in helping some too. He wants to be a coach, so I'm grooming him, doing a great job. Coach Grant is coaching our running backs, and we have Coach Player at receiver, so we got a great staff.
To talk about, you playing both ways. You like to hit or be hit? Which one is it?
Me personally, I like hitting people because I know what's gonna happen. I know how I'm gonna do it. Getting hit, you don't know when you'll get hit. You don't know how hard it's gonna be. But I like hitting people more.
How have you handled the switch to a quarterback you feel what's the thing you learned the most?
I'll say being like level-minded, try not to get too high when I'm doing good, try to get too low when I'm doing bad. That's the biggest thing. And everything else is just pull it right together.
I know it's football. Oh, go ahead.
When Coach pulled you out of the hallway and started talking about football, what was your initial reaction and how was it playing out for you?
My initial reaction, he was talking to the twins last year too at the same time. So I was talking to them like, do y'all want to do this or no? I'm just try it out, and I did, and it worked out good.
Playing basketball, one of the top teams in the state. The number one team last season. How does that help you motivate some of your younger teammates to help the Cottage Hill football team, become one of those type teams?
I know it takes not even on the field, just being in the locker room, just hanging out, everybody being together. I just taking that from the basketball team, put it in the football team, make sure everybody is together, that everything is going to fall with.
One of the things I talk to them about is the best teams are the player-led teams. So I've really put a lot of pressure on them. It's funny because the coaches that came in, our kids are able to come out on the field. They know what to do, get warm. They know our routine, and they're saying, "Hey, coach, you're able to let these guys come out on their own and do this." So, and to go back to the other question, a lot of kids that are walking our halls, they were able to see the twins come out last year, second year playing football, and to what they're doing now at UAB and South, and that's also helping a lot of us, getting a lot more kids out of the hallway.
Being there and shutting forward, what are some team goals you would like to achieve this year?
I want to be Humble Christian.
That's right.
And win the region. My biggest team goal, same thing, win the region. And I feel like we can make a deep playoff run, so that's my goal.
1 week at a time. One game at a time. 1-0. Biggest thing every week, go in 1-0. Whether it's the biggest game or the supposed to easy wins, that what they would call it, doesn't matter who it is. And we're coming in with 1 week at a time mindset, going into the playoffs. Winning mindset is the biggest thing I'm trying to instill in these guys, and every day we break it down on state champs. Because that's the biggest thing, state champs. So that's the goal for me, for all of us. So I'll be lying if I said that, I'm not in it to make that run.
Chad, you're a dual sport athlete. How has basketball helped you with your football game, especially from the quarterback position and the vision?
Basketball, I like to pass. I like to pass a lot. So like just finding an open hole, trying to like get the ball in there. So that helps me a lot. A lot of footwork, speed, learning how to. Basketball helped me a lot.
Coach, you got Chickasaw. Opening is like a jamboree game.
I was 18.
Okay. Guys, how do y'all prepare for that game?
Just fine tune some stuff. Just get our feet wet. And I've been watching a lot of film on that last year, so just figuring out what they like to do. I know they can, so just being on my A game about that, but we got it.
How does 7-on-7 help you guys, to prepare you for the season when you see those same exact teams again, both players?
7-on-7 helped a lot. It gave me a look, especially for quarterback, gave me the first time looking at like defenses and people running routes like against people. So, and on defense, it still gives me a better look at it also.
It helps me real on my getting my pass coverages, dropping back, helping all that out. So.
All right, Coach, guys, thank you. Good luck this year. Look
Thanks
forward
for
to seeing
having
y'all.
us.
Carville Jones in the Cottage, in the crew over there, Cottage Hill Christian.